Mic check, 1 2 1 2. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV. We're listening to Counterparts tonight. The record in question is entitled A Eulogy for Those Still Here. It's devoted to my man Joel, who's recommended I check this record out via the Patreon, and I'm very happy he has done so. So let's keep on moving. Track number 6, a relatively short one. Not the shortest on the record, but it's a short one at 2 minutes 38. Let's go. Skin Beneath a Scar. Could be an interlude. The drummer doesn't need to go so ham on them fills. I actually really enjoy that. Drummers sort of what we call quite creating quite the contrast of the general atmosphere and feel to the sound we're going for, and just throwing in these crazy fills, man. These excitement of drum fills. You're grooving out, man. Let's go. Come on. It's funny because vocals like them, right, are very emo, but you have this, I mean, it's not reinventing the wheel, it's been happening for so many years now. You've had this emo element that's come into, like, rap music, like, alternate rap music, this emo vocal line over the top of, like, booming 808s and this, that, and that. And it's very much like that, which goes to show, like, the vocal can... What am I saying, right? A good vocal is a good vocal. Let's go first. Reminds me of that Mario Judy, you know. That was a nice little brief number. I thought we were going to be clean throughout the entirety of that. I actually thought we were just going to be broken chord, instrumental interlude throughout it. This sound here reminds me, it sounds like that reminds me of one song. My favourite like instrumental interlude when it comes to this style of music. There was a song called Pouring Rain from As Blood Runs Black album. I think the record was called Allegiance or something. As Blood Runs Black to me was like the deathcore sound. Like that is the deathcore sound. That is like the foundational just sound of deathcore in my personal opinion. Just drop C. Just like let's call it incredibly basic because they weren't breaking any boundaries with the sound they had, but they just did everything perfect as far as deathcore was concerned on that record, in my opinion. And they had a track called Pouring Rain, which was just like broken chords, but it was fantastic, magnificent. We've got Sworn to Silence coming up next. Yes, now bless now. Don't forget to rest now. Quick cup of coffee. I was going to say a cup of tea. I haven't drunk a cup of tea in a long while. The Electric Age is the record we just listened to. It was recommended on Patreon by my good friend Nick. Says, Brett, you got to check out this Overkill record, and we did. And now we're just going to have a look at some background information on this record. It's very minimal, to be fair with you. Wikipedia don't have much. But with that being said, we will try to see if there's anything worth commenting on. I listened to every song track by track, and then I did a final overview and a rating, so check that out to see what my final thoughts were of the record. First and foremost, there was a historical era, the Gilded Age. I didn't even know that was a thing. I don't know anything to do with historical stuff. So in the United States history, the Gilded Age is described as the period from 70s to the 1890s, which occurred between the Reconstruction era and the Progressive era. It was named after an 87 Mark Twain novel by historians in the 1920s. Blah, blah, blah. The Electric Age is the 16th studio album by the American thrash metal band Overkill, which was released on March 27, 2012 in the US on E1 Music, and in Europe 3 days later on Nuclear Blast. E1 Music, what the hell? A New York-based indie record label and music management company. You know what? I've seen a lot of different industrial labels and management services and this, that, and the third. I've never seen E1 Music being referenced. So, it was recorded from September 2011 till January 2012. And it was at Gear Recording Studio in Shrewsbury, New Jersey. We've got Shrewsbury over here in England. Thrash metal, and it's 50 minutes long. So, it's a lengthy record. It seems like as these thrash metal bands move onwards and get into their double digits as far as like their albums are concerned, is not uncommon for these albums to start to really extend into another place. I mean, we were listening to a Exodus record and all the songs were like 8 minutes long, which was mind-blowing to me. So, label E1 Music and Nuclear Blast. Produced by Overkill. That's crazy. Produced by Overkill. I wonder what that signifies. The album sold about 6.7k copies in the US during the first week of release, beating the band's first week sales of their previous record, Ironbound, which totaled 4,100 copies. I mean, it's not great, is it? It's not great. It's not great. I don't have much to compare it to, but if you think about it and compare it to maybe what Overkill were doing back in the day, or at least what bands were doing back in the day, I would argue this band is underrated, because the quality of the music is fantastic. The Electric Age was also the first Overkill album to crack the top 100. The album peaked at number 77 on the Billboard 200, making it their third highest chart position in their career, with subsequent albums White Devil Armory and The Grinding Wheel. White Devil Armory is the 17th studio album. That was afterwards. And The Grinding Wheel is the 18th studio album. Jesus Christ, they peaked at 31 and 69 respectively. In its second week, The Electric Age sold 2,950 copies and dropped to 170 on the Billboard 200s, bringing the sales total to a little under 10,000 copies. Right. Fascinating. Track listing. All tracks are written by Dee Dee Verney and Bobby Ellsworth. Dee Dee's the bass guitarist, right? A lot of people saying he was underrated in the comment section. He and vocalist Bobby Blitz are the only two original members who have remained with the band throughout its entire history. You gotta put some respect on that. Dee Dee and... who is it? Bobby Blitz as well. Dee Dee and Bobby Blitz have grinded, man, to put all these records out so frequently. You gotta put respect on that, man, because that's a lot of hard work, especially getting to the studio, recording it, getting it released through these labels and so forth, doing all the communications. That's crazy. There's actually some 2013 Dulux edition bonus tracks. Horoscope Live, Long Time Dying Live, Necroshine Live, and Walk Through Fire Live. We didn't listen to that, nor would we have listened to them live tracks anyway. We don't really mess around with that as far as B-sides are concerned. Review scores, All Music gave 4 out of 5. Blabbermouth gave it 9.5 out of 10. Exclaim gave it a favourable. Metal Storm 8.9 out of 10. Metal Forces 9 out of 10. Fantastic reviews for such little sales, to be fair with you. Am I wrong in saying that that's little sales? All bonus tracks from the Australian Ironbound tour. These tracks were also released as an EP by the label in 2013. Credits. So the writing, performance and production credits were adapted by the album liner notes. Personnel. We got Bobby Blitz Ellsworth, leads vocals. Dee Verney, bass, backing vocals. We got Dave Linsk on lead guitar. We got Derek Taylor, rhythm guitar. Ron Lip. So does that mean, as far as writing is concerned, is Dee writing the riffs? I hope so. I hope so, because if all of these different guitarists are coming in and out, that's when we start to lose composure and quality as a band, because the ideas are too different and it starts to sound like we're listening to a different band. Production, we got Overkill on production, Greg Reilly on the mixing and mastering, who has worked with acts such as Sarah McLachlan, Frontline Assembly, Fear Factory Machine Head and Coldplay. Oh, jeez. Dee Verney, Dave Linsk on engineering, Johnny Rod recording at J-Rod Productions, Dave Linsk recording at SKH Recording Studio, Dan Corneff editing, Rob Shawcross additional editing, artwork and design, cover art and layout, Travis Smith, Mark Weiss, or Weiss, or however you pronounce that, photography, studios, who cares, charts, who cares. Yeah, there we go. That's some little factoids about the Electric Age. If you want me to check out some bands, leave a comment. Let's do it. Let's move onwards. I'll see you on the flip side. Peace.